morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. And per usual, I have a lot to talk about and want to get straight into it. My guest today, Tom Taormina. He is a regular contributor on The Price of Business. Love what you bring to the program, Tom. Why don't you begin, though, by telling the audience, I think, of your very unique story.
Top of the morning, Kevin. Great to be with you again. Well, thank you. I spent 14 years at Mission Control during Gemini Apollo. I was on duty the night of Apollo 13, and that rich history has led to a 40-plus year career of helping companies trying to replicate what it was that allowed us to win the space race in 7 years. So my company is Apollo Business Solutions, and we help organizations achieve their greatest successes. Just like that new bumper music. That's great. Was that orbital music?
I'm trying to think who was... Guns N' Roses, yeah. We like that. I like that. Yeah, that's a good segue song for you, actually, for what you do. Tell me a little bit about our topic today. Why don't you introduce it for us?
Well, over the years, I've been blessed with being involved with companies for more than 40 years and coming up on 700 companies, and I've watched the organizational maturity of a number of companies, and an entire generation in some cases. And we put together a business maturity model that allows our clients to pick the level of success that they want to achieve. And the next to highest level we call organizational resonance. And what that's about is most companies, when they start becoming financially successful, at least they're making payroll and there's monies to be spent on expansion and that sort of thing. The journey that the leadership goes through is often disjointed. The bottom line enhancement sometimes becomes the driving force instead of the customer service and technology. And so the business leaders start looking for business models like TQM or lean manufacturing or Six Sigma. And they give a certain amount of help to processes, but at the end of the day, until they start looking at their organization as a living entity, as it were, and try to bring it into organizational resonance, as I call it, where all components within the company are operating at peak efficiency. The scientific definition of resonance is that processes are operating at optimal efficiency and there's no spurious signals. So that's what operational resonance is, and that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I would say is safe to say is fairly neglected in the conversation in business today, which is why businesses suffer.
Yeah, I'd love to see our listeners take away some tools that they can go back to the office, as long as they're not trying to text it, that they can take back to the office and start contemplating. And the first one is resonant leadership, thinking about themselves as a leader, and do they have an insatiable appetite for success? Do they put down a clear mission and vision and value set? Do they have unbending resolve to create winners within and without? So resonant leadership is the first tenet that I'd like them to contemplate.
Okay, very good. And where do you begin, though? You know, it really does require a mind shift. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the mindset is excellence. It's something that's dearly missing in our country these days, and we're not going to get off into that topic this morning, but we're bent on perfecting mediocrity. I'm asking those who run businesses to recalibrate their focus and look at are they trying to produce excellence? Are they trying to create happy customers? Are they trying to create products and services that are free from liability?
Talk about phase-locked workforce.
Yeah, another one of my great scientific terms. The workforce has to operate as one cohesive unit, and that's seldom the case. A lot of companies wind up with these little pockets of informal organizations that want to run themselves. If everyone in the organization was pulling in the same direction and everybody had the same incentive to excellence, then playing by the rules or playing by whatever set of guidance you have to run the company becomes cool. It becomes cool to play by the rules. And that company is going to be so much more successful than the one that has continual internal strife.
And that requires from the top down, doesn't it? That's part of the problem, is the hypocrisy among the leaders when it comes to the things that they try to impose on those that work for them.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's meet this deadline. Oh, by the way, I got a golf tournament. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deadly. That absolutely is. Don't do it, guys and gals.
Yeah, absolutely. How about harmonized processes?
Well, everything we do in life is a series of interactive processes. We have a supplier that gives us something to work on. We work on it, and then we move it on to the next customer. But until all of those process steps, from if it's manufacturing, from the time the product is designed and the parts come in the back door, until they're into the commerce stream and you have happy customers, those processes are seldom harmonized for efficiency, profitability, and customer service. So, again, a global look at every process within our organization.
Okay. And then you talk about balanced rewards.
Once again, everyone in a company must be compensated based on a concise set of metrics. The metrics are for your individual talent, for the group accomplishment, and then for the enterprise as a whole. Many of the companies I'm working with now, we are working towards shipping no defective products, zero. So the incentive systems that we put in place are based on a week, a month, whatever the time period is, of shipping zero defective products before any kind of incentive kicks in. Sounds a little bit tough, but the companies that are doing it are doing some incredible work.
Yeah, it sounds like it, absolutely. And then finally, you talk about enriched customers, which sounds like those would be customers that would be coming back.
Customers that become your referral. To me, that's the antithesis of customer satisfaction, is a customer that's going to tell his friends, coworkers, neighbors that, boy, you really need to hire these guys because their products, their services, you get more than you pay for, and I just can't recommend them highly enough.
Raving fans. You want raving fans.
Absolutely.
As the Kim Blanchard book so eloquently talked about. So talk about some of the benefits of this.
Well, if you look at the entire conversation we've had for the last few minutes, we're taking organizations that have been performing adequately, or perhaps they're performing mediocre, and we're turning them into engines of excellence. And not only does it have monetary and personal and growth and career rewards for everybody, but it sets a benchmark in the community. You become part of the Sunday business page where you're showcased as a company that's exceptional or unusual, and it takes off within the community. You suddenly become a benchmark, and if that's not what you're wanting, is to be on the Sunday paper business page being exalted as an excellent business, then perhaps you ought to revisit your business goals.
There you go, Tom Taormina. By the way, give the best website for people to go to learn more about what you do.
Oresonance.com, ORESONANCE.com. It's the abbreviation for what we just discussed, organizational resonance.
And I encourage you to learn more about what he does, because I think it can make a huge difference in your business. Thank you, sir. When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here will be found over there at usdatareview.com, and you're listening to The Price of Business.